the night, and we'll try to make it as quick as his matches tend to be. Goldberg coming back. He is down for one last match there in Atlanta against Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, for the World Heavyweight Championship on Saturday night main event. And Maddie, I texted you because I bought tickets to Saturday night main event, and about 2 weeks ago I said, did I accidentally buy tickets to Bill Goldberg's retirement match? And as it turns out, I did in fact buy tickets to Bill Goldberg's retirement match, unknowingly to me. But where do you stand with this match, man? What do you make of Bill Goldberg's last run here?
It's tough, man, because I've almost been conditioned recently to kind of move past the legends. I'm more or less in the current product, but this is a dream match. It's a monster versus a monster. Whether, Goldberg is past his prime, obviously, but this was a guy who during the late 90s, early 2000s was definitely, he was over. He was booked as one of the most dominant wrestlers in WCW. So there is that dream match feel, but then it also depends on how are they going to book this match. Is it going to be short? Is it going to be fast and brutal? A lot of physicality. What kind of story can you tell? I think that's my biggest question going into this.
Yeah, well, I had questions as soon as he really started walking to the ramp, and I'm not trying to be a dick about this whatsoever. Spoiler alert for the channel that's going to be coming up here. We're going to have some Bill Goldberg trivia that's just coming down the pipeline, and one of the games that we're going to play, you'll be able to find it throughout our social media channels and whatnot. But Goldberg's 58. That's just the reality of the situation.
Wow.
He's a 58-year-old man. And I think I remember in an interview he was talking about he recently had surgery, and I really want to say it was hip surgery. I could be wrong on that. But if you just notice the way, I actually went back and watched this. If you look at how he's actually walking down to the ring, I question if he's right. Like, I wonder if he's not working through something difficult, an injury that, he's maybe recovering from as a 58-year-old man. It's not like recovering from an injury during his playing days in the NFL or something like that. He's 58 now, and the wear and tear of being a professional wrestler over this time, regardless of how long his matches were, right? Like, that's just a different challenge unto itself. So I'm a little bit worried. I don't want it to go like the Kane and Taker, Shawn and Triple H Saudi match. You know what I mean? That was that ended up being a disaster. If he truly is going to go out on his own terms, I want him to feel good about it. I want it to go well. I don't want it to go off the hinges.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest question is how do you make this not go off the hinges? Like, you don't want it off the rails. So obviously this is his last match. So Goldberg can put everything into it. Hopefully that's the plan. But how do you get Goldberg over at the same time as you get Gunther over? And I think that's going to be really hard to do with the 58-year-old with hip problems, with everything else. I do like the idea that it is in Atlanta. So you are going to have the crowd play quite a bit. Like I said, I think you just need explosive offense by Goldberg right off the bat. And then, Gunther can end it when he wants. But I think that's probably the way to do it. Wouldn't you say put Gunther on the ropes a little bit at first? They kind of did that story with Brock a couple years ago where Goldberg went in, spear, jackhammer real early,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're doing this at the peril of your your newly crowned world heavyweight champion, right? So if Goldberg does get offense in, I do think it's that early spear kind of story that gets Gunther reeling and that he's able to quickly, come back from and get the match back in check. But I also think there's a world that makes sense. I don't know that it'll happen, but I think there's a world that makes sense where Gunther just dominates.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough, man. Like, once Goldberg hits the spear, like, I don't know if he can even jackhammer Gunther. I think
that I am incredibly worried about that.
It is just such an opportunity if you can really book this match to make it special. I'm not a Goldberg fan. I never have been, but with the home crowd, if it's your retirement match and the way they've booked Gunther, I want to, think WWE knows what they're doing with this. They've had months to kind of plan this. And I really want to, I don't want to come after we talk or after we watch this. I don't want to be let down by the show. So that's all I have to say. I'm hopeful that they can do this the right way. I think a lot of it is what Goldberg can do and how you can play off of Gunther to kind of showcase Goldberg in this.
And last part, it has to go on last, right? In Atlanta.
Oh yeah. This is Goldberg's swan song. Like, this is a great way to it's not passing the torch, but if you want to say it, old school versus new school, it is a dream match. So it does represent that, Gunther is a lot more to him, but he is a dominant force in the WWE. Goldberg was at one point a dominant force. So there are stories you can tell with this match.
Yeah, that is kind of a nice parallel. We've heard them say it on commentary before about how many days that Gunther has been champion throughout his time in WWE. And before he had lost to Jey Uso, it was something crazy, like 80% of his days on the main roster, he had been a champion of some sort, whether it was the Intercontinental Champion or the World Heavyweight Champion. And now he's got another reign going. So yeah, he is that dominant figure the way that Goldberg was before he went on the, quote unquote 173-0 or whatever it was there run in WCW. So, all right, Matty, let's, anything you want to end on Goldberg? Or you feel like you're wrapped up there?
No, I mean, I think it's there. I think the one thing you do have with Gunther, which is really nice, is he plays the heel so well.
Yeah.
And I don't see him turning anytime soon, and I don't think you need to. And I think it just kind of, everything works out great for Gunther. I don't think you can make him look bad in this storyline. I think he's going to shine regardless if Goldberg's up to the task or not. So if you're booking Gunther, I think this is a good match to book Gunther for because of that dream match of the new school versus the old school. And it's at a Saturday night's main event. Like you said, it's going to sell tickets in Atlanta. I mean, big time feel.
I have the utmost confidence in Gunther. Not worried.